ladies and gentlemen.
Noobable. Noobable. It's noobable.
Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful Saturday. Little bit nip in the air out there, and people are wearing jackets and things. Ben was just in here rocking a killer trench coat. It looked like cashmere, and I think Odie was jealous of it. Do they have cashmere in Ireland?
Yeah, but we call it cashmere.
Okay.
Like,
All right. All right.
Cow. Cash.
If this is your first time listening to the show, he's not from here. We are we are your alternative. I think it's what's described on the website to weekday programming. Okay, we have award-winning programming everywhere on this station, talking a lot about politics, but they also talk about what's going on in life. What we do here is we talk about the nerdy stuff. We talk about the goofy stuff, the stuff you talk about on the weekend, the stuff when you're at work and you're stressed out and you just need a break. You're in your cube. Everybody else went out to lunch, but they don't like you. So you're just looking at the internet and you see what do the facts of life girls look like now? Odie and I get the reference. They don't. That's fine. And you probably do too. And then you click on it and go, wow, Mindy Cohen did not go well for her. That's what we do. We talk about that. We talk about video games. We talk about comic books.
How do you spell facts of life?
FAX. We also talk about artificial intelligence. We talk about the fact that for some reason I'm saying a bunch. And I don't know why I'm doing that.
That's a new rule of it?
Yes. Well, no, it's not.
Recite a poem.
Yeah, maybe I should. No, I'm not going to do that. If you want to be a part of the show, text line is 71307. If you would, for tradition's sake, put a little flaccid on the front of that text. Put as many CZs or whatever letter you think, those little symbol things that you want to put in front of them. I don't know what they're called, like ooblots and ampersands and treble clefs and no emojis. I don't think those work on here.
Okay.
But all those other things they do. All this, when you hit the symbol button and it takes you to where like the dollar sign and stuff is, any of that stuff's fair game.
Pound sign.
Just make sure you start with an F and an L and then with a D. Anything you want to put in between. All right. Let's well, anyway. We are also live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch at the Upstate Pulse or at News Talk 98.9. And we, as in the royal we, that would be me, me not alone, there is Odie. A little slow on the trigger there, fella.
I was looking up the facts of life girls because I don't know who the facts of life are.
You never saw the facts? Well, I'm older than you.
Yeah, but I'm also not an American. Yeah. I'm an Irelandian.
Okay, so you're saying they didn't have facts of life in Ireland?
No, we call it the birds and the bees.
That's not what we're talking. We're talking about a show.
All right.
It was on for like a decade, I think.
No, didn't get it. Didn't have it.
Okay, all right.
Sorry about it.
Did you know who Willis was?
Even slightly. I heard about it.
Yeah,
I heard.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, Willis?
Yeah, that'll do, Willis, or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's Odie over there. Who is not confused? That would be Cameron.
Well, howdy.
Why does he always get country music?
Because he's a country.
He is
that doesn't fit me at all.
He is not a country.
You've done this several times.
Fine,
I can't
hang
pull
on.
up
No,
Pappy
here.
every single time for this.
There you go. No, you can be mystical, Pappy.
Welcome to the top
No,
of the mountain, young one.
It's gone now. No, it's gone now.
Hey, would you stop Jar Jar Binks in the show?
Yes, I think we're gonna die.
I don't know if that's Jar Jar Binks. That's it's a little mix of
Listen, he's been unwell lately, okay?
No, he has, but
Yeah.
you weren't enough Jamaican in your Jar Jar Binks there. That was more like
How? No.
that was Smeagol trying to do Jar Jar Binks.
Maybe it was.
Okay.
Maybe they're
all right.
tonight.
By the way, the person who actually has a good voice on this entire show, Matthew, is here.
Yeah, I'm also here. I'm back. What's up? I'm not
Why?
doing that.
Why do you keep wanting to use
We're
that?
just not. I mean, we should ban the country.
Toss it, burn it. Just do something to it.
All right, let
You
me
had a
tell
lot
you.
of stuttering in the audio. I
Yeah.
think that's a noobable effect.
Yeah, it might be. Let me tell you about something that's happening next week. Matthew sat down and went, wow, that's next week. Talking about South Carolina Comicon Junior, which happens next Sunday, not tomorrow, So next Sunday to me is next week.
Oh,
if I say next Sunday,
yeah.
do you think tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be this Sunday.
No.
Yeah.
No. Next Sunday is
Next Sunday would be the following
yeah,
Sunday.
Yeah. No, I can. Oh, well. Then
So
I
this
can,
Sunday would be tomorrow.
I thought it was Saturday.
No, it's
not
next Sunday.
So I can go to it.
All right. Will you be on the show?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're all good.
Yeah.
So anyway, next Sunday,
Sunday.
we will be at South Carolina Comicon at the convention center down by the Greenville airport. You should check it out. If you're from another state, come on down, have some fun. It is a smaller version of the big version that happens in the spring. And here's the thing, consider it a starter con. So if you've never been to one, like we started Odie off at Comicon Junior, and told him this is just a taste of what you'll get when spring rolls around.
Yeah.
Is it as big? No, but it's still good. And they have some wonderful guests, including Kane, Glenn Jacobs, who is the mayor of Knoxville, who was one half of the Brothers of Destruction in WWE for a really long time. He's going to be there. Lex Luger. Yeah, Lex Luger is going to be there. Lex Luthor could have been there.
Do you think we could get him there?
No, actually, Lex Luthor is there because there are comic books and Lex Luthor is in comic books, which means Lex Luthor is going to be there at South Carolina Comicon Junior. So if you're looking for a comic book that you haven't been able to find, you're probably going to find it there because there are a bunch of different comic book dealers at Junior. Also, Hacksaw Jim Duggan is going to be there.
Was he Bonesaw?
He yells out Odie's favorite word.
I can't say that though.
Oh,
all right. That's not my favorite word.
Yeah,
because everybody knows.
Yeah,
my favorite word.
He also carries a 2x4, which is what Matthew does when he leaves.
Yeah.
Although that may be how he enters and leaves the news department. I'm not sure.
Have you not seen it?
Yeah, it's still. Well, I don't know. I try to shy away from people who are.
I was here Thursday and he was reading the news on Thursday and he walked into the studio with a 2x4.
Sometimes people are running a show or something. You got to whip them into shape. And 2x4 that usually will work.
Yeah,
it would. On the news on time.
Also, Eric Roberts, who is the brother of Julia Roberts, but Eric Roberts pretty famous in his own right. Best of the best, 1 and 2. Check it out, especially 2. I love 2. Rob Young from Borderlands Comics and Games in South Carolina Comic-Con and Comic-Con Junior was on last week. Said best of the best 1 was his favorite. So he also was in Batman, a ton of other things. He's going to be here. So you can go up and get an autograph with one of those guys, or you can go around and you can go, okay, I saw that online. I really want that, but I'm afraid it's going to be flimsy, or it's going to be like 2 inches when it's supposed to be a 12-inch action figure. But you can walk up and you can talk to the vendors. A lot of pictures and art too, which you would expect, and artists there signing their art and drawing right in front of you, which is always cool. If you've never seen a comic book artist draw in front of you, it's amazing how good those guys really are. So you should check that out next week. Tickets are available at the box office on the day of, which is next Sunday, and they're also available right now at Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. So check it out. We hope to see you next week. Last year, I believe, as we mentioned last week when Rob was on, was when we were followed by Stormtrooper.
Yep.
And it was amazing.
Yep.
It really was. Because he's a listener to the show, he actually watches the stream, which you can too. Let's see.
I was kind of surprised he didn't just keep saying, move along.
Yeah, well, he was kind of short for a Stormtrooper. That's all I'm saying.
Do you remember?
All the Stormtroopers are short to you.
Yeah, well, that is true. Do you remember last year in Borderlands Comics and Games, and I scared the 2 Mandalorians?
Yeah, I do.
No, were the troopers or Mandalorians?
They were members of the 501st.
Yes.
If I remember, the 501st, by the way, will be there. So if you've never seen a Stormtrooper or Mandalorian in person, they make their own armor. It's really cool. They will let you touch it. You might lose a limb, but that's fine. I mean, it's worth it to knock on the armor.
Yeah.
Go up and check them out and get pictures taken with them and stuff. So I warned them. I said he's going to be. She was a Stormtrooper. I warned her. He's going to be really loud, and I guess she didn't trust me.
I think she kind of had that look about her as if, oh yeah, he's going to be really loud. Haha, we believe you. And then all of a sudden,
no one's ever prepared.
No one is ever prepared. Anybody that's watching on the stream or tunes into us on Facebook, you will know that every single Saturday night we do the coming up on the show tonight. Never actually talk about what we're talking about, but it's loud and a little bit dangerous, a little bit scary, sometimes a little bit angry.
Just sometimes, yeah,
Sometimes.
but not tonight. No,
Not tonight. There wouldn't be an angry bone in my body tonight.
Yeah. All right. So next week we are going to be doing our Halloween show. So we'll be talking about all things Halloween. Although I do have a ghost question that we're going to get to when we come back from the break. So we want you guys to dress up for the show next week. So make sure you do. Even if we can't see you, you can just let us know what costume you're wearing, and we'll believe it because you would never lie to us.
No.
So if you say you're dressed up as Genghis Khan, we know that you got the best Genghis Khan outfit ever.
Well, here's the thing: we could get them to post photos to the Upstate Pulse photo.
That may not be a good idea. It may not be a good idea. My idea was better. Theater of the mind. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here, News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. See, what you're going to make happen is I'm going to have to go block when we get pictures that are associated with the show and the station.
Or
they can tell us what they're wearing. And because I have a good imagination and so does everybody else.
I don't have no imagination at all.
Ooh, you should do that, Dave.
Do it,
I bet you can pull that off.
Or they could send it to our message line and then only we can see it.
No, because you can't send pictures to that.
The Facebook message line.
That's not what you said.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you made it sound like you were talking about the text line, which would be the message line.
Yeah, well.
Odie, why are you wrong?
I just
that sounds like a newable offense.
Just be better, Odie.
Where's the camera? There's the camera right there. I'm not wrong. I'm just mistaken.
It's you're slightly off, but
it's been a hard day.
Has it been a hard day?
Yeah, so hard.
Well, see, we put those things aside when we come and be on this fine program. All of those things. Every one of those we put aside. Okay.
Some things cannot be put aside. They just go through you. Knock on. Oh yeah.
I don't like the fact that you.
Wow,
I mean, that and
yeah, epiphanies are. It's. I mean,
epiphany,
no, his epiphanies can be a scary thing because it's a nefarious epiphany because you have no angelic epiphanies. They're all nefarious.
Yes, I do.
There is no angel.
Look at his face. That's a nefarious epiphany.
I've had a Tiffany.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I don't care.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I think I might have remember the film.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
As I recall, we both kind of liked it. At least that's one thing we got.
Odie's definitely not angry tonight.
My brain, I was just like,
yeah, I saw you doing it.
That hamster was moving but getting nowhere.
The hamster is
three-legged
tonight.
You know, he's a three-legged hamster. He's putting his effort into it, but it's just not quite as fast as a four-legged.
Is the fourth leg a peg leg?
No, this is not there. So he's kind of doing
No, he's four-legged. But he was sitting back reading the paper. He was relaxing, and he was like, "Tiffany, do I actually know a Tiffany? I don't think I know a Tiffany. Did we ever meet?"
So your hamster's just this old gaffer hamster?
Yeah. I don't know if we know a Tiffany. Do we know a Tiffany?
I guarantee you that's what that voice
sounds like. There's several other hamsters just in bad costumes.
They're all there. But the one
a pirate,
the one for tonight, he's just sitting there like, do we know a Tiffany? I don't know. Oh, he's doing lyrics. Oh, sing the song, Odie. Sing the song.
Defeated again.
Why are they wearing hard hats? That's what I need to know.
Because they do.
Where's he at?
Pennsylvania.
That's why they're wearing hard hats.
Oh.
No, it's Pennsylvania. It's a blue collar town.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, no steel workers. If you work on the steel, you got to have hard hats. You ever worn a hard hat before?
Yes. That should be an Ask Odie question. You're breaking protocol now, Lonzerific.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
We don't do every segment every single week.
We didn't do it last week?
Right.
Or the week before?
Well,
we're
not going to do it this week.
Not by the looks of things, because the Ask Odie section tonight is just a number.
By the way,
yeah.
What have we gotten to so far?
I don't know. Nothing. Well, we know we're doing Borderlands comics and games, but let's do some radio now because I'm here. I'm going to put in my headphones. I'm going to turn on the thing in the bed. It's going to be microphones going to come up, and we're going to just talk. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be award-winning property.
How long do you think he's going to last tonight?
I give him 30 minutes.
The same.
What?
Nothing.
There's a new becoming. We all feel it.
It's on the way.
I feel like Guy tonight. Do I? Do I?
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Odie and Cameron and Matthew having a blast on Saturday night. If you want to be a part of the show, text line is 71307. We're also live on stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch at 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. We've got several things. Do you want me to talk about how good your fade was? Is that, I mean, you need pats on the back? I mean, I can come over there and do that.
Yeah, I actually do. No, I do.
All
I
right.
actually want you to get up off your seat and to come around and to pat me on the back and say you're doing good. That's what I want.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my father has now.
No, I am now patted backly and caressed ever so gingerly. And you know what? I like it. Not going to lie to you. It's manly and firm, but supple.
Speaking of that, we had pictures this week. We're going to get to that question that I wanted. It's a supernatural question. I'm not going to do that thing where I tease it because these guys are thinking we're absolutely getting to it after I talk about the pictures. Okay, We're going to have new pictures up for all stations. I was going to, I wanted to get a new one up for the Upstate Pulse, but I was the only one there. So it'll just be me. I mean, this is it's not just me. It's, it's a revolving door of great people coming in and having fun talking about the nerdy things we do. But right now, this is the core right here. And, but I was the only one there. So, because, people were doing things, but I took pictures with Rob Brown from the Rob Brown Show because I'm the co-host of that, even though some people seem to forget that I'm the co-host. I'm the co-host. My picture's on the side of the daggone building anyway.
Yeah.
So we decided to do a wrestling pose. I just want to talk about this because I already talked about it over there. And if people didn't hear it, I'm proud of this moment. And I really want to talk about this. Okay. So we're doing a wrestling a tag team pose. So Rob was down in the pose, had his arms up, and I was standing behind him to do the pose up. And I look at the photographer who loved me because the camera does. Okay. Yeah. So when the camera loves you, the photographer automatically goes, that's my guy, that's my girl, that's my whoever they identify with. It's, the camera loves you and it does me.
It loves you, darling.
So the camera loves me. And that's why I got probably 3 times the amount of pictures of anyone in the building.
Yeah, well, it's the hair.
I really did. Well, yeah, I mean, and it was, trust me, it was on point, as the kids used to say. I don't know if they still say that now.
Would it be on fleek? Is that a word?
I don't, at some point, Matthew, I believe, is the youngest person in this room.
I just noticed he got
What do the kids say?
Talking about the on fleek thing?
Yeah. I mean, do they still say that? I don't know. Okay, all right.
I'm 28. I'm not a kid anymore.
No, yes, you are.
You're still the youngest person in this room. So anyway, so you have to be the expert on all things that are teens and up to your age. So I look at the camera.
You are a hip correspondent.
Yes, you are. Way to go, hipster. So I looked at the photographer. Rob can't see me, and I held my finger up, and then I threw on a mean headlock on Rob Brown. Okay. And there's some good pictures of me just cranking that thing out. And the look on his face was like, because I don't know if you know this, but I don't touch people. But I will put you in a headlock, and especially when I'm in front of the camera, man. I'm going to do some stuff. Okay. I'm going to do some stuff in front of the camera because, again, it loves me.
You don't do friendly touching.
Yeah, well, I tell you, some people, the tough love still love. It is. That's why love is part of that phrase. I guess it's 2 words a phrase. I guess 2 words is a phrase. Matthew, as the wordsmith on the show, is 2 words a phrase. So tough love, is that a phrase?
Yeah, turn a phrase. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I was right.
Why is it turning?
Turn a phrase or term a phrase? I'm not.
It is turn a phrase.
It is turn a phrase.
For every season.
I was building onto it.
Turn. All right. We were having,
seriously, get out of my brain tonight because I was just singing that in my head.
Yeah, well, I mean, lyrics pop in there. So we were having a discussion before we went on the air today about ghosts, and I've been having this problem all day, but I usually have this problem where things just ideas pop in there, and they say they're semantic things, but I don't know what they are. They're just weird thoughts that come to my head. So we're talking about ghosts. Do ghosts who speak in another language haunt people who don't speak that language? So
yes,
the example that I gave earlier is there's an old house. Let's say it's in Spartanburg. There are a lot of old houses in Spartanburg. Let's say that there was an old Czechoslovakian lady who lived there. She died. She's haunting that house. A nice American couple, Southern American couple, move in. She's haunting them, but she's speaking in Czechoslovakian, which is it Russian or
Czech.
is it Czech? Okay, she's speaking in Czech. Can she haunt that house correctly while not speaking the language of the people who she's haunting?
Are you criticizing her haunting ability?
No. What I'm saying is, a haunting usually is trying to get someone out your house. You can't get someone out your house if they don't speak Czech and you do, right?
Is that the only way that you can haunt? Or I just thought the general being there is a haunt.
So it's text line 71307. So I've never heard anyone discuss this before. Maybe we shouldn't be talking about it, but we are.
I think. Well, the ghost only just has the knowledge of what they have,
right?
So they would probably only just speak that language. So it would probably just be
unless ghosts can learn, because she might have
That's a good question.
She might have a Czech to English dictionary trying to figure out how to say boo in American.
Well, maybe she might be poltergeisting a phone and like Google.
I don't think an onomatopoeia has
you can get a cream for that.
Oh, whatever it's called.
It's a salve.
Translations between languages. It's just boo in every language.
Is it?
Yeah.
I happen to believe.
What's boo in Irish?
Boo.
There we go.
I'm so smart.
There you go.
But a true haunting,
a
true haunting is more than boo. I mean, you're shouting out some words like "get out" or "you must leave this place." You know, the classic things. If you stay, you'll die. But if you're saying all that,
would it not be scarier if you couldn't understand?
I suppose.
Because would it not be, especially if you don't know the language, would it not just basically you're hearing a specter that speaking a language you don't understand? That's basically demon speak at that point.
Well, yeah, exactly. that's what you think. You think just like in the original Exorcist, they said she's speaking like a demon, and they brought in an expert.
It's French,
and she was speaking French.
Yeah.
But in this case, when you bring in your paranormal expert to exercise the house, whether it be a priest or you bring in some guy with a bunch of electronic devices, or you bring in that short lady from Poltergeist. So if you bring them in, do they need to know the language of that ghost in order to exercise that ghost? Text line 71307.
I don't think you have to know it to exercise it. I mean, if like,
well, you can't speak to it if it can't understand you.
I mean, would you have to speak to it to exercise the ghost? All the other things that you
see in The Exorcist, they said the power of Christ compels you. What if they understand the Christ part, but they don't understand the power of, because it's in English and they speak Czech?
Okay, well, you're not all right. In that case, you're invoking Christ's power to.
True.
Yeah, no, but the biggest question I have in all of this is a ghost is already dead, so why does he need exercise? You know, he's not looking after his health.
Well, you've already lost all of your skin and bones, so you're already down to nothing.
Yeah, you can.
So you really need to build up that little bit of muscle that you have
left.
left.
Get some definition back in your
exactly. Because if you're dropping too much weight, that's really unhealthy, and you should really be making.
Maybe that's why
we need some afterlife dietitians.
We really do.
Trim that ectoplasm.
I mean, look at some of those ghosts out there. They're so pale. They really just need to get out and get some sunlight too.
Yeah, but if they go outside, then the sandworms are going to get them.
That is true, but I think that's a risk you have to take.
It is.
All right. Let's get to the text line real quick. A texter says, well, my house burned in May. 7 cats and 5 kittens died.
Oh, no.
I've been cleaning it out, and last week I did see a ghost cat. I don't speak cat. There you go. I mean, You know,
Meow,
No,
meow,
no,
Christ, meow, meow, meow.
maybe you get what's his name, the crocodile hunter. He's already dead.
Oh, good night,
He
Bryce.
might
That's
be
what he's
able to.
doing in the afterlife.
That's what he's doing. He's exercising ghost
Oh,
animals.
look at the size of this kitty cat. I'm going to get him, and I'm going to get him in a headlock, and then all of a sudden he's going to kill me again.
All right,
Wait,
Texter
they
says.
can all recognize that stingray.
Texter says, good exorcists always use Latin. That's probably true.
Exactly.
Let's go-
Or you do
Let's
what
go
I
up on
did
the-
back in the day. You get yourself some good old exorcism knuckles. You don't have to talk.
There you go, like Constantine. All right, Dave.
Beat the ghost out of people.
Dave on the stream says, wouldn't it be more frightening to be yelled at in German by a ghost rather than your language? I don't know. What would be the scariest language for a ghost to be yelling at you?
Oh, German, definitely.
You think German?
Nah.
I think it would be
German or
something
some
guttural.
sort of-
It's some sort of guttural language.
Oh,
Probably
Russian.
probably Russian.
Yeah,
Russian would
yeah,
be-
Russian
No,
would be.
it's like, you get out of my house now. I do not like you. You leave. You leave.
That's just a bad
that's-
Russian accent
an
in
English-
English.
I think-
Okay,
I thought
okay,
it was an
okay.
amazing Russian accent.
Well
by
then,
the way.
the ghost would say, "Duvai de provny."
There we go.
No,
See, that's a
no.
lot more scary.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
Put
yeah.
that
So
into
there.
your little
All right,
pipe and
all right.
smoke it.
Chris says they speak to your mind. Language makes no difference.
If it
Not
is
all,
to-
if they only speak to your mind, how come you hear it when they're haunting?
Because it's all in your mind, man.
Yeah, but if other people can hear it, then they're not speaking to everyone's mind at once. I don't know. These are just some of the things that we'll be talking about next week on the Upstate Pulse. If you have,
I think we should keep this.
well, if you
Yeah.
have text line 71307 or on stream 98.9 WRD at Facebook, YouTube.
See,
Twitter.
here's the thing. If I was to die, right? And you know the way a lot of people say, and they text into the show is like, "Oh,
No,
oh,
you
oh,
are going to die.
Yeah, I will.
So we all are going to
Well,
die eventually.
Well,
Am I?
Well,
A
the
lot
way AI is going, you might be able to
This-
put your consciousness in a robot body.
This could be another life that I'm living now. Anyway, and you know the way a lot of people say to me, "Odie, speak a bit of your Irish language there," or you know. And we get on my show on Sunday nights. I get some people ask me to say certain words in the accent.
You have a show on Sunday?
Apparently,
What's that show called?
it's the Sunday nights with Odie Fitzgerald.
What time is that on?
8 o'clock here on News Talk. 98.
How late does that go?
Right up until 10 o'clock.
Wow. Okay. All right.
People actually
I wasn't
ask me-
aware.
They say dance monkey dance, and they ask me to say certain words, which I don't mind saying it. So does that mean if I was haunting someone's house and I was saying, "You need to get out now," you're like, "Oh, ghosty ghosts, talk more to me." You know, I mean, is
All
that
right.
what it is?
All right. We don't need your fantasies. We need to take a break.
Okay, fine.
You are listening to the
you're not
Upstate
Patrick
Pulse
Swayze.
right here on News
Yes,
Talk
I am.
98.9. Oh, my love, my darling.
I hunger for your ghosts.
We'll be back.
If Odie dies, do not take a pottery.
Do
Do Haas.
You us, Mick?
Oh, Dave, I love you too.
Yeah,
What
man.
did the Nerf ball go last week?
Didn't do. We couldn't do it.
Oh.
There were obstacles.
That obstacle is still very close to the process being concluded.
Oh, okay.
What if you have an illegal alien ghost without a green slime card? I don't know.
What?
What?
Green card, but it's a ghost. There's a green slime
yeah.
card. You know, it's an ecto card.
Ecto card.
Yeah.
Does ice deal with things?
Mm.
Oogly boogly ice
No.
does.
No, that would be Pice.
Oh yes, the paranormal.
Yeah.
I reckon there is a chapter in the handbook for the recently diseased that covers
Diseased or deceased?
Deceased.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're
Alec Baldwin said
recently
diseased.
diseased, you might actually not die.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
but
possible.
Alec Baldwin, before he done something stupid, said
I
the
was gonna say,
handbook for the recently diseased.
Do you really want to follow Alec Baldwin?
Do you really want to hurt me?
I
Do you really want to make me cry?
That's the goal.
Calm down, boy.
Oh, on that the exercise discussion.
Did you run
of
another
it,
5K?
I ran my first 5K since recovering from my ankle injury this morning.
How'd it go?
Nice.
Good.
What'd you do?
What's
hit
up?
my- I hit my,
Exercise as in exercising. Okay. I
We
was
were
just
talking about
I
exercise.
got there sometimes.
I know.
It's a you
Yeah.
know,
Took a minute.
my hamster was napping. How'd that go?
Good. I hit my goal.
I'm not telling you what my
Which
hamster
was
is
to
doing
not
now.
die. Way to go, you.
It was a lot. It was more than that. I hit.
I think it's
Or
the
was
first
a
goal,
little higher.
though. I mean, it
Yeah.
should be your first goal.
How
First goal,
long did it take
Don't
you?
die. Second goal.
How long did it
A
take you?
higher goal.
I know. How long did it take you?
Just under 32 minutes. The was what the pace I was at for, but the race itself, even though it was supposed to be a 5K, was like 2.8 miles instead. So I was on pace to hit there.
Okay, so you ran half
but
of
they
it.
timed it really weird. They timed me out 9:30 per mile when I timed myself out to about 10:30 per mile, which is weird.
Where was the?
So they
what was
said
the
you were
start?
faster.
What
What's
was
wrong
the,
with that?
What was the start?
Hmm?
Was it the beeper going across the start, or was it just at the finish?
So they had a gun time and a chip time.
Oh, so your chip time was
My chip time
quicker.
was the 9:30. The gun time was 9:45.
which sounds right.
No, because I actually
Yeah,
have
but you
like,
didn't cross the line. You didn't cross the start line first, did you?
no, but I mean
I mean, the gun time
that's
is
like 10 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
That's not really going to affect my mile time.
True.
Oh, I'm filling my supper.
Oh, that's not good.
It's all right. It
wasn't fantastic. It was okay.
No, they did exactly what I said they would do, and I was joking.
What?
They pulled they took wings and just pulled it off and put chunks of the wings on the thing, and I thought it would be like you just cut up chicken and be like buffalo flavored chicken, but no. Probably some guy
The
back
winner,
there
though,
with
was
plastic
a
gloves.
14-year-old kid. They timed him out to a 5:44 per mile.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
That
I
is.
mean,
He came all the way out from Flint, Michigan.
Ah, well then he's.
I assumed that he was just already in the area, probably.
Listen,
but
when you
like,
live in Michigan, you're always running. So I mean, that's
No, but
Was
I
he
saw
running there
that
a
on
dream?
there, and I was like, oh my
Well,
gosh.
no,
this
he's
kid
running
is-
for his life.
This is a future Olympic runner in the making. Jeez.
Is it a park run or is it a?
So it was over at Greenville Tech. Race for the Place was the name
Oh.
of it. It was a charity run. Because if I see when I'm going to do my 5Ks, if I see it's a charity run, I'm going to go for the charity run first.
Yeah, they're not as competitive.
Well,
Still
that
competitive.
and more so because I know that it's not just money going in.
Yeah, he's trying to help charity. Right away,
So-
I mean, you went for the bad thing, and he
All
was
right.
going for the good thing. What are you doing? Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Odie and Cameron and Matthew and you on the text line 71307. Texter says, "What if you have an illegal alien ghost without a green slime card? Then you called pice or mice or dice or lice. Lice sounds better if you call lice. I mean, can ghosts get lice? I don't know. So the question
Ghost lice?
from the before."
Daggum ghost bugs.
Yes, ghost bugs. So when when you're in bed and you feel something and you think there's a bug in your bed and it's not really in your bed, it's a
Yeah.
ghost bug.
So if bugs have souls and die and become ghosts, would the entire afterlife not just be completely overrun with dust mites?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it would be nothing but dust
no.
mites.
Be very crunchy.
They can't fly though, can they?
Be very
I have no
crunchy.
idea.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
ghosts, so they probably can.
Oh, maybe.
They're like borderline microscopic.
Well, then, if animals have ghosts,
Chris says, if I eat ham and macaroni, I could speak the black speech of Tolkien.
fair enough. That went over my head. I'm having a stupid night tonight.
Yeah, well, dude, you know when you
We talk about it off air.
no.
Okay.
Nice eat-
It's
almost
gas.
there. Yeah.
It's gas.
Oh, yeah?
It's, when you
Okay.
when you let look.
Well, he's saying he farts.
Yeah, I don't like
Party.
the word. I don't like the word.
Oh, toots.
Yeah, I like that better. I do. I do. So anyway.
Oh yeah, no. I was asking if all animals make a ghost, does that mean when I'm hunting that there's loads of deer ghosts around me? Ghost deer.
Yeah, they're screaming, run!
Except it's in deer, so I can't understand. So there you go.
No.
I can't
They're screaming
understand
at
that.
the other deer to run because you're about to add to their number.
Joey, run! Joey,
Yeah,
run! He
yeah,
got
Joey.
me yesterday.
I
No,
don't
Joey
think
didn't
they
hear.
have names like Joey. They probably have names like
See, that sounds like satanic. I don't
Yeah.
think deer talks like satanic.
Deer-
Well,
deer-
there was that
bleat,
deer from
right?
Adventure
No, they got.
Time.
That's a bleat, isn't it? Isn't it a bleat? What's the Matthew? What noise does deer make?
I don't know. ask anybody who's gone deer hunting before.
I actually have my deer call out in the truck. Oh yeah, I turned that on. I have my deer call out in the truck, and I can go and get my deer call during the ad break. And then you know what deer sound like when they make the call. That call that's coming in now, that could be someone that knows what a deer call sounds like.
All right, we are going to take a break. Our
Wide
final
open.
break. We're going to take our final break, so Odie can go out to his car and get the thing, so we can
deer call?
decide. Yeah,
Oh my
you're listening
gosh.
to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
He won't die until he comes. Coming down there.
Don't be out of breath when you come back. Because I'll make fun of you like you did me earlier.
Dad, don't become Seamus. That reflects so much light.
No, man, you're back in the shadows right now. No, I bet you did, Chris.
Oh, well, that answers where he's at right now.
Yeah. Look, Trump's dancing. That was pretty interesting.
And he's like
Matthew, is there a story mode in Sparking Zero?
Yeah.
Okay. It could just be a fighting game. I mean, you know, I don't have it. I was going to ask how far you've gotten in it.
Not very.
Or are you just playing
I've barely
against
played the
other
game at
people?
all.
That's what I wanted to know.
Unfortunately.
I was curious with a game like that, do you care about the story mode or do you just care about defeating other people?
In this game, absolutely, because they've thrown so many what ifs in the game.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually awesome.
And a lot of them are weirdly optimistic.
Yeah.
And it throws me.
Well, the show overall is kind of optimistic. I know there's a lot of death, but
C is a lot more hardcore than you think about. A lot of people die.
Try not to be
what's the matter? You
good?
Yeah.
No, you don't sound.
I'm out of breath though, because I'm not fit. Should have got Matthew to do it. Matthew would have just.
Yeah, well, he would have. It's a grunt. Are you sure it's a grunt? I don't know.
It's a grunt.
That does not sound like a grunt. Sounds like an instrument from The Who.
You call like it's not a car.
All right, so here's the thing. We both were right, according to AI Overview.
Happy now.
Well, I had already done that. Deer make a variety of sounds, including grunts, bleats, snorts, and rattles. Okay, that's the one I don't get. What's a deer rattle? That's a rattle?
How's that a rattle?
What, it is clicking their tongue? I mean, is it? Okay.
Well, then why is it a rattle and not a click?
Because they do it quicker than I can do it.
Is that like the sound that a predator makes right before it attacks? That clicking sound?
That clicking sound is a woodpecker.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh? And then he kicks his jaws, mandibles.
I don't know that we're going to do it, but just in case, have AI Takeover ready.
Well, we've loads of time. Because you went really early to the break.
I'm aware.
Do you know anything about Tyler 1?
I'm aware.
Why did you go so early to the
Okay,
break?
never mind.
Throw me off, man.
So you could go get.
Sorry.
I could have got it at the break.
There's
No,
no
that's
throwing
a
off.
good
I got to
thing.
break when I want to.
Well,
The
sort of.
show
It's
exists
a lead
outside the
content
law.
creator. It's very
I am law.
It was just a funny meme that I saw.
This show has been disavowed. It's been so many things. It exists outside the law. As long as the breaks are played.
Well,
And remember, Who's in charge this weekend?
Phantom Zone Radio.
Don't be jealous. All right, we're waiting. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse, Lonzo and Cameron and Matthew and Bambi. All right, that just sounds like you were belching.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it
it
just
really
sounds.
does.
Let me change it from a mature buck.
Wait. So a mature deer sounds like it's belching.
Yeah,
So are all deer frat guys?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
yeah. Now I'm going to change it to.
Are you
That's
sure
why
you
they
know how
call
that
it
thing
Animal
works?
House.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm
you
gonna
looked
ch-
at it
I'm
like,
gonna
how does this thing work, man?
I'm gonna-
Oh no, I broke it.
I'm going to change it now to a doe.
Okay, so that sounds like someone passed gas. Okay, so
Change it again.
it's either there's a whole lot of gas going on here.
Welcome to the many tones of
I don't think
flatulence with the
deer
Upstate
sound this
Pulse.
way.
Right, I'm going to change it to a trophy.
What's those sound things that people
party horns?
Azar something?
What?
There's a sounds that people don't like the clicking of the forks on teeth, which I hate.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, so now your frat bro is belching the alphabet. That's what that was. Told you. That just is like
That's weirdly impressive.
this looks like a flex pipe.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's not really a deer call. It's flex pipe.
It is, because everybody knows, any hunter that knows out there, that deer, when they're not being deer, they're actually plumbers. So they come and fix your flex pipe. And they hold it on their antlers.
Well, when you don't have hands. So that's an actual deer call because it looks like flex pipe.
That's a deer call.
That's flex pipe, dude.
Now it's happy.
No, that's not really a deer call.
There's a deer on it.
Is there?
It's called the Primus Trophy Grunter.
Matthew, does that look like a real deer call?
It's a
It looks like flex pipe.
It's a trophy grunter.
Dude, I've never seen one before
you ever
either.
walk
So
in-
I
you
just-
ever
How
walk-
many,
can't
how
say
many
anything on
deer have
that.
you caught recently? I'm
Yeah.
scared,
I don't
'cause-
really catch them.
No.
gonna
So
shoot
so
them.
that deer
Yeah.
call, that flex pipe right there, has brought deer within range for you.
This flex pipe has brought to you many deer within range and 10
Flex seal
pointers
pipe.
and 9 pointers.
It will also hold up a 2,500-pound boat.
Flex tape. Let's just go on flex tape.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
If you've cut your boat in half or you want to go hunting for deer, you got to use some flex pipe tape.
All right, so
Why
where
did they cut their
where
boat
would
in half?
someone purchase the flex pipe that you're
That
holding
flex pipe I bought in Grady's in, I was going to say Mullingar. It's not. Grady's in Anderson. That's where I bought that one.
there? Okay. All right.
Mullingar is where I'm from. I'm having a day today.
Okay. All right. All right.
It's weird.
All right. Hit AI takeover while I'm just trying to
'Kay.
recover.
Shall we play a game?
Oh,
I think I missed him.
yeah. Weird, isn't it? Love to. How about global thermonuclear war?
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
You wanted to know what the Matrix is, Neo?
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
3 billion human lives ended. The survivors of the nuclear fire called the war Judgment Day. They lived only to face a new nightmare, the war against the machines.
All right, it's time for AI takeover. My story didn't print out,
Oh,
but
no. Do you remember it?
but I remember it. Yes. Okay. So the late
It
great
didn't print out because AI knew that you were going to print it out.
could have been, or the fact that there's no paper in the building that I could find.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so Eddie Van Halen, the late great Eddie Van Halen, had been working on a bunch of different songs, but there were bits and pieces. Now, his brother Alex was recently interviewed and said he would like AI to finish those songs so that they could put out a new Van Halen album. So it would take Eddie's music. He said that no song is complete. There's just a bunch of different riffs that he would like AI to take the riffs, listen to all the Van Halen songs that have come before it, take those riffs, turn it into a song. And he also wants the former lead singer, still the lead singer of Led Zeppelin, Robert Plant, to sing the songs. So we've talked about AI a ton, about voices being stolen. In this case, this is someone who probably has some say in the intellectual property of Van Halen, because Van Halen wasn't just Eddie Van Halen. It was his brother also. And so the fact that his brother wants to do this, and if the rest of his family signs off on it, is it okay?
No,
No,
it's not. The reason I say no, it's not, is because there was only one Eddie Van Halen. Yes, I know his brother's still there, and his brother probably had a lot of creative kind of influence within the band, but all of the music was written by Eddie Van Halen. All of the songs were written by Eddie Van Halen.
Well, it's collaboration, but the music part for sure.
It was, but I know that AI is intelligent, and I know it's smart, and I know it's able to pick up on the nuances of somebody's voice tones and the different kind of songs that somebody writes, but it's still not the real deal.
So, do you believe that if they did this without telling anyone and say, because they're still finding stuff that Prince did or stuff that they fixed that the Beatles had done originally, and then they go back in and they record stuff over it to make it work.
Yeah.
What if you didn't know? You think you could tell?
I think
you could tell it was a pieced together song.
I think a real fan could, because a lot of people, when the new
I'm
Beatles
not
song
so
came out-
sure. I'm not so sure when it comes to music. Okay, the singing part, I think you can do it, but music, I'm not entirely positive. Especially, it depends on the solo. If it's just a rhythm underneath, because people do that all the time.
Yeah, no, the rhythm,
The rhythm, I think, definitely would work. It's how it put the solo together.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that, because a lot of people use backing tracks for their songs. If they're singing, they use drum machines, and a drum machine gets it right. You can tell it's a drum machine, but at the same time, it gets it good enough. But yeah, I think when you said when it's the solos, you cannot replicate an Eddie
Especially
Van Halen.
Eddie.
Yeah, you can't replicate one of his
I
solos.
think you could do it for the most part, but the fact that you're gonna have solos and stuff in there, it's not gonna be able to do that.
No, I don't think so.
All right, so Chris says the human soul is in music, and I agree with that. I am just curious to hear what it would sound like. Do I want them to do it? No, but the fact that he's talking about it means they probably will do it.
I don't think that they're a scumbag for doing it.
Maybe you want to hear your brother one more time. In
this case, it's not them stealing from other people's art or anything. It's just them using.
It's just them spitting on their brother's legacy.
Yeah.
That could be opinion. What do you guys think? Text line 71307. It is an opinion.
I actually think that's the first
line.
time that myself and Matthew have really definitely agreed 100%
I am
on
very,
something.
very heavily against AI being used in forms of art.
All right, now let me continue the story.
Go for it.
A few months ago, Randy Travis, famous country singer, he had, and since I don't have my story, I don't remember what he got, but he got nerve damage or something to where he couldn't sing anymore.
Yeah.
So he wrote a song.
Mm-hmm.
He and his wife, and he's cognizant. I mean, he knows what's going on. He's walking around.
He's sharp, but
he just can't sing anymore. So he wrote a song. They had another guy sing the song, and then they took AI and put his voice over that guy's tracks.
They matted his voice.
So, what do you think about that? See, it's in this case, the person is alive. They can no longer do what they used to do, but they're still a good songwriter.
That's kind of like what's the guy that sang Sherry? Not Sherry, that guy. He's still doing
Bobby.
No, I can't remember his name. But he's still doing his shows, his concerts, but he's lip syncing. So people are going to see the concert. They're seeing him on stage, but he's lip syncing.
Something in the Four Seasons. Why am I not thinking of his name? You guys know, text line 71307, or someone could just look it up.
It's not Vivaldi?
No, it's not Vivaldi.
Sherry baby. Someone out there will get that.
Oh, what is his name?
Wow, I can't believe that it's just downhill that I can't remember his name.
I don't even know what to type in
what?
to look for it.
Just type in "Oh What a Night." Frankie Valli.
That's the one.
It's Frankie Valli.
So Frankie Valli is still
Yes.
doing his shows. But
I didn't
he's
look it
not
up. I
actually-
remembered.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not actually doing his shows. I'm just gonna be over here for a minute, just doing
He
something.
lasted longer than I thought.
So now the Bank of America.
you know what?
the
What made
Bank
it
of
so
America
bad
has made
is you had your arm right up
I
there,
know.
where it went right over the microphone. It was perfect.
In the
I don't know how
prime
it could have been
spot.
any more perfect.
One of many to come tonight.
I'm
Yes.
going to have serious words with the Bank of America.
We have an entire hour left to go.
Yeah.
So do you guys have a problem with that? Text line 71307 or sorry, Imogene. I remember before you did it. I don't know why I couldn't remember Frankie Valli. I think I was stuck on other guys and the pageantry.
Is it
The-
Imogen? Imogen?
Imogene.
Yeah.
Imogen.
Imogene.
It's a Welsh name, Imogen.
It's Imogene. We're in America,
Merca.
so it's Imogene.
But if it was from Wales, it would be Imogen.
Chris says, could Pappy be replaced by AI?
No,
I say no.
nobody
How
can
do
ever-
you know he hasn't been?
Shh, don't worry, fellow humans.
So Chris brings up another point. So he brings up it's like bringing in a new front man with Alice in Chains. It just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
But here's the thing. So would you rather the band just go away?
Yes.
How's that fair to the band? I
They-
know
they are
that I'm
still-
actually on the other side of this, which is
If
so
you
weird.
don't want to completely throw it away, there are incredibly talented, so many incredibly talented musical artists out there. Find them, collaborate,
Yep.
keep what you want to put together alive through that. That fosters the next generation while also keeping up with your own legacy the way that you want to continue.
All right, going back to the Van Halen thing. So you just don't want them to try. But what if they tried and it was good?
I don't care.
Okay, all right. That's what I mean. That's the thing. I would want them to try, and it be so bad that they never try again.
Yeah, but to Matthew's point, there is a lot of people. They could get the closest person, I think, to Eddie Van Halen would be Slash. They could get Slash to collaborate on an album, and it'll be good.
Well, there's also like past that so many amazing tribute bands for every
Oh yeah,
legacy band out there. Find people like that if you want to keep as close as you can to the original and make use of their talents for that.
exactly. It's like when Queen disbanded and they got that guy that sounds exactly like Freddie Mercury. He's not writing the songs, but he's able to sing the songs.
Talking about the guy from American Idol.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. He just sounds like him. Doesn't look like him.
He's from American Idol. I forget his name. Adam Lambert.
Yeah,
There we go.
it's him.
Did you know that? Or
That's
did you-
the fella.
yeah. Did you say you? Well, anyway,
Oh, look, this button needs to be pressed.
you are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD. Another big hour to come right here on Word. Yeah, that's it.
I didn't kill you. You're the last person I kill.
No. I started to say a word and you turned it off.
No, yours never went off.
It looked like you turned it off. I saw your fingers motion.
Matthews went off.
Okay.
Cameron's went off. Mine went off. Yours never went off. You know why? Because I'm not getting another noob. No. That's loud as all hell.
You are not getting another noob.
Are you sure?
Are you
Yes.
sure about that?
You are absolutely positive. You're not getting another noob.
Yeah.
For real? For real?
For real? I'm not afraid.
You should be.
Imogen, do you
You
pronounce your name Imogen or Imagine? Imogene.
It's Imogene, man.
How is she going to convey that?
First of all, yeah. And we're in the South, dude.
So, if
Even
Odie's
if we
right,
weren't in the South, if I was in Ohio and I saw it, I would think that's Imogene.
Also, you're going to criticize someone how they say their own name.
Well, you don't say your name right.
I've had people tell me I don't say my name right.
I have never met anyone with your name.
Well, anyway, no, I'm asking for my own point of view.
Has anyone out there ever met an Odie before?
Dang it.
That was right.
Dang it.
Thank you, Imogene.
Okay, well then I apologize sincerely, really do, because whenever everybody says Odrin wrong, I get a little bit kind of like,
There's also a famous actress that was it Imogene Coca or something like that. I forget what
is
it
that
is.
Norma Jean?
By the way, what did
No,
they say to you?
Imogene.
Audran?
Yeah.
I'd ran so
Yeah.
far
Really?
Yeah.
away.
That is so
Or
sad.
Audran or Oren or there is an Oren. It's a derivative of my name. But
Yeah, but seriously, how did they?
It is Imogene Coca. I thought so.
yeah, well sorry, Imogene.
Let go.
But the Welsh
Okay,
people I
with
know are
Rand.
called Imogen. There's another way to put it.
What you're talking about when you say Imogen? It sounds like you're talking about you just took some pictures.
That's imaging.
Yeah, you look at how he stressed it. That's imaging. His enunciation was a little too pronounced there. I'm just saying.
You know what you can do?
Yes, another hour of fine radio programming.
Fine radio programming. That scared the living crap out of me there now.
Yeah,
It went dead,
you
and
know,
I was like,
what does that mean? By the
Scaring
way,
the living crap out
The
of you?
living crap. Matthew, what's that mean?
What?
Scared the living crap out of you. What does that mean?
It means you scared him really bad.
No, why? How is crap living?
it's got bacteria in it.
Isn't
And bacteria.
Until it could.
It is
I
living.
mean, depending on what you
all
ate.
I have to say to
suppose.
you
I mean,
is,
crab typically would just be dead.
It's not really
right?
a deer call. You show me the deer. I want to
that's
see
a
the
deer
I
call.
want to see the deer on the thing.
It's a stag. Or a buck if you're American.
All right, there's definitely a Bambi of some type on that flexible.
Yeah, but
hood.
Chris, she's not my lover. She says that I am the one.
I've never met a Billie Jean before. I know there's Billie Jean King. That's the only Billie Jean I know.
I feel like a Billie Jean would just be nothing but trouble.
And if it was Billie Jean King, obviously not any of our lovers. So
No. Billie Jean is not my love. She's just a girl.
hey man, you can't do that song without dancing. Let's see it.
Lonzo, I'm
Let's
out of
see
breath
it.
still from running down to my truck. Do you honestly think I could moonwalk? Can.
Thanks, you-
Well, in the video, at first he was just walking around with the
So you
jacket
just want me to
on.
walk around with a jacket up?
Yeah, that's one of. Okay, you are sauntering. He does not saunter.
No,
Matthew, isn't that a saunter?
we need your expert opinion.
Why is Matthew all of a sudden our wordsmith and go-to guy? Well, I suppose you're the news.
Yeah.
He's objective. He can say no falsehoods.
Exactly.
He
Just like
is.
when we were talking about the AI stuff right there. No falsehoods. Only the truth.
He adds he makes this show legitimate.
Your word.
It's like in the weird Twilight Zone where everyone actually agreed for once.
What?
No, it's the kid is not my son. It is,
But the kid is not my son.
because he's a goat. And that would be weird. 'Cause goats are
He's a ghost.
goat.
I am afraid no goats.
Cause yeah, me neither. Although I saw this weird
You should
video
be.
where this dude put a motorcycle helmet on, this kid, and he would like headbutt with his pet goat.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird.
Reminds me of my kid.
Matthew, would you ever headbutt a goat?
No.
Why not?
I prefer not to get concussions. Thank you very much.
They're so much fun.
I
He's
had
wearing a
them.
motorcycle helmet. I mean, how bad could it be?
I've had them. They're so much fun.
What, a goat
No.
or a motorcycle helmet?
Well, all of the above.
Okay.
Pretty much.
All right.
Oh my
Was
god.
it a goat wearing a motorcycle helmet?
Yes, it was. And he concussioned me.
What was the name of your goat?
Billy.
You named your. That's so.
Why am I just imagining
so
Odie fighting
basic.
a satyr biker gang?
I'm gonna say it. I was driving in my car.
That's usually what you. Yeah.
in Ireland, and I saw a
Beep,
biker
beep,
guy.
beep, beep. Yeah.
I saw a biker guy, headstone and leather, with a goat on a lead, going around to the back of his house. I want to know what he was doing.
Taking it home.
It
Walking his goat.
just
Yes.
no.
I mean, if you have a pet goat and you live there, you'd have to walk it, right?
That was satanic.
It could have been.
It was.
the Lord of Goats, Goatman.
Stinking goat.
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Cameron and Matthew and the Noobmeister. He's going to break that record this hour. Odie?
No, my record stands at 6. No, 5.
No, he just
It's
admitted
6.
it. He finally admitted it. We all heard it, and it's on
you know what?
Memorex.
You know
That
what?
means it's real. Yeah.
I don't care. I'm just.
That would be, what was that in French? Set?
I don't know. I don't speak French.
That was a bit
Yeah,
too
you do.
highbrow for this.
Yeah, you
I
do.
don't- I
You
actually
do
don't know.
speak-
I don't speak French.
What's that in Spanish?
Don't know.
Which
Uh-huh.
button should I press, Odie? Which button?
I'm just going to remain. I'm going to remain a tranquil sea of calm for the rest of the hour.
Calm.
Why
he
is-
said calm.
Calm.
Yes. CA.
What's wrong with saying calm? I don't say calm. I'm not going to bow down.
All right, let's move on. I want to
Okay.
tell you that we are going to,
Calm.
Cameron's is completely broken. We're going to talk about New York Comicon's going on right now. We're going
Completely
to talk about some video games and Nerd Roundtable this hour. So a lot of things to get to. I want to tell you, my cousin Keith, who drew,
Okay.
yeah, let's just ignore him.
Okay.
My cousin Keith, who drew the poster behind me, who drew all the posters that you see on the stream, is having a book written about him.
Oh.
And about his artistry and stuff. And he sent me some stuff last night. He's going to let us know when it's published because I definitely want to purchase one.
Yeah.
And on one of the pages is one of the pictures that he drew for the Upstate Pulse. That's really cool.
Ugh.
So my cousin is he's driven and he's ridden and he's also written. And then he's also drew many of pictures, which you guys have got to see through the years. And I cannot wait to see that book. He also has made comic books. He's working on a comic book right now. And there's a place where you can get some probably hard to find comic books. It's South Carolina Comicon Jr., which happens next Sunday. So if you needed something to do next Sunday, you're out and about and going, you know what? My kid, he's 12. He's really into these pop figure things, and I'm not into it. And I need a place where I can understand it a little bit better. South Carolina Comicon Jr., because you can go there and you can be surrounded by a bunch of people who are there to buy not only those things, but statues and wall art and comic books, obviously. And they also have one of Cameron and Matthew's favorite people, the Dice Girl. She's usually there, and she will sell you some dice and have some wonderful conversation. And let's say you back in the day was a big fan of the Big Red Machine, Kane, and thought, I bet he ain't that big in real life. I bet if I walked up to him, that feller's probably only 5'9". So if you thought that, well, you can meet Kane next Sunday at South Carolina Comicon Jr. and find out you were dead wrong.
Yeah, he's something like 6'12"
Yeah,
and a half.
yeah,
isn't he?
he, well, that would be 7 foot, but he's close to 7 foot. I think he's like 6'10" or something like that. So pretty big guy. And I believe he probably will be wearing the mask, or he may not. It doesn't matter either way. Still a large individual. And so you can come and meet Kane, and you can, as a taller person, when someone's taller than you, it just feels weird.
Does it make you feel like one of us normies?
It makes you feel like everybody else, and who wants that? I don't want that. But overall, as a big dude,
must
anyway.
Feel terrible, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm the second tallest in the room, so I don't really mind.
Yeah. Well,
Second tallest.
Yeah. You can also meet Eric Roberts, who Best of the Best 2, one of my favorite, I guess, combat movies. Not really combat. When you think combat, you probably think war. Fighting movies. I don't think they were doing kung fu. It was tournament type stuff in the first one.
Was it kind of mixed?
And the
martial
second
arts?
one, no, it was way before UFC.
No, but I think it kind of was a little bit mixed, was it?
The first one was basically Olympic fighting. The second one, they had to go underground because Wayne Newton had a secret fight club and killed off Sean Penn's brother.
Did he talk about it?
It's a different kind of fight club.
okay.
This is,
It was
well,
also
but no,
before
only
that.
rich people could go there.
Oh.
It was like the Running Man, except for fighting.
See, he should have just walked. He would have
Yeah,
got
well,
there. Like,
the Running Man, with that.
never saw
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I loved that movie and cannot wait to have a chance to possibly go up and get an autograph from Eric Roberts. And also,
Kane. Do you
pick
reckon
up
I should
some
run
other
up
stuff.
behind Kane and hug him?
I don't think you could.
I think I should.
No, I think he's too wide. I don't think
You
you're.
can't physically.
I don't
hug
think
him.
you could physically get your arms around him.
Challenge accepted.
We'll see. We'll see.
So we're gonna
We're,
need a.
we're gonna see
replacement
how
for
far
him.
the Irish can fly. That's what we're gonna see.
Just
oh
hear,
boy.
you'll just hear all you'll hear in the Comicon is
Well, on the bright side, you don't need your legs to run the board.
no.
we can have a stormtrooper funeral.
Move along. Move along.
Yes, we could. We could do that. So anyway, if you see us there, and you will, come up and say hi. And
Lonzo loves hugs.
I do not. So there's that. But you know who does love hugs?
Go on.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Matthew
Oh, it
absolutely
does.
adores
Big
them.
fan of the hugs.
I'm good.
so
Hugging and kissing.
I would say out of the four of us, the people who loves hugs the most would probably be Odie.
Yeah, okay.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, more than likely it would be Odie.
They have to be tender, though. That's all I'm
Because
saying. Tender hugs.
listen, he needed a pat on the back earlier, and I gave him one.
Tender is the-
So
I don't mind hugs, but not from like a random person I've never met before just coming up to me and randomly hugging me. That's creepy.
unless your friends think you're a 10, then you know that's possible.
I don't care how attractive you are. That's creepy.
Okay, all right.
Would you hug a stormtrooper?
They have
Absolutely.
armor in between. You know
Sure,
what?
I
I
guess,
tell you
but,
what. I'll
Yeah.
hug a Mandalorian. I'll do that.
What about a carrot?
Yes. Yes, I would do
We
that.
here at the Upstate Pulse like to hug vegetables.
Yes, we do.
I hugged a
Oh.
turnip this morning.
I bet you did.
What are we talking about?
Exactly. Our Halloween show is next
Lord.
week. Let us know what you're going to dress up for Halloween. Are you ever too old to dress up for Halloween? Not for this show, because we dress up for Halloween, we dress up for Christmas.
This is
And
never
even
right.
if
We
no
play
one else
cards.
on the show dresses up, I'm going to dress up because I want to. And I have something planned. If it works, it's going to look pretty cool.
Okay.
If it doesn't, it's going to look pretty stupid. Either way, I'm good. You know,
You know, at the end of the day, it's night.
Matthew, you dressing up? You not dressing? I mean, you don't have to. Are you going to be here next week?
Yeah, I should be here.
Okay.
next week.
All right. Cool.
That's really annoying me.
What? Oh, this?
Yeah.
This? Okay. All right. I'll stop doing that.
That's okay. Oh, don't worry. I can retaliate in loud coin.
What is that noise that I was talking about that people don't like? The A. It starts with an A. I mean, it's all about like people eating and people-
ASMR.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I said earlier. No one act like they
No,
knew
you
what I was
didn't
talking
say
about.
ASMR. You were just
No, I
saying-
said it started with an A.
Yes, how
Does
does
it not
that-
start with an A?
It does.
Okay. All right.
I'm also pretty sure it's an acronym.
Maybe you
It
should
is,
tune into my
But the acronym still starts with an A.
What is
Yeah.
the
Does.
acronym?
Thank you, Matthew.
ASM.
All right, New York Comic Con is going on right now. They're dropping a bunch of things about when things are coming out, some of which is happening right at this moment. So we won't be able to talk about it till next week. But the Wolfman trailer, have you seen? Is it time to not have any more werewolf movies?
No.
Because this Wolfman trailer, that's pretty good.
It does look really good.
Yeah, it's I feel pretty bad that it's a little girl going, "Daddy." It's like,
Ugh.
yeah, it's so you should check that out. It looks pretty good. Also, the Electric State trailer. The Electric State looks like a movie right up our alley. So the robots have been enslaved, and but they're weird looking robot, like with big heads and stuff. And one of them is carrying Millie Bobby Brown and
she's
Chris
deaf.
Pratt.
She's deaf in one ear.
Yeah, I've heard that. In like a Volkswagen bus.
She did.
And it's carrying it, and then it gets hit by like a refrigerator, and it just in the trailer. It's
Okay, this
pretty
does
good.
actually sound
she's
fun.
going to try to find her brother, who supposedly is dead, and I think he's going to end up being a robot.
brother.
But it looks pretty cool. So you should check that out. That's going to be on Netflix.
Just when you were talking about was there too many Wolfman movies, there has been well over 200 Dracula movies. So I don't think we've had.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are those Dracula or just vampire?
Oh,
movies?
Dracula.
Just Dracula
Vampire's
alone.
way higher.
All right. I will say that the Doom Prophecy trailer looks freaky because witches, man. Witches.
It's all them witches.
All them witches, man.
I got excited when you said Doom because I was like, you know, the Doom, the Doom game.
What are you talking about?
Wow, that does not sound like Doom at all.
Oh no, that was Duke Nukem.
Yeah, the Doom is a little bit harder than that.
I like Doom. I like Duke Nukem as well.
Matthew, you play Doom?
I played Doom. Yeah.
That didn't sound anything like Doom, did it?
No.
No,
I've
it
also
didn't.
played the original Doom on my TI-84 calculator back in middle school.
What?
Wow. How could you do that on a calculator?
Texas Instruments are
I
really
know.
good.
The TI calculators, they're
Okay.
basically mini computers.
Man, I wish I knew how to do that back in the day. That would have saved
Oh
some
my
boredom.
gosh. The number of games and things we got on those. That we had the original Mario Bros on that. Those were the 2 games I specifically remember, but I know there was like 3 or 4 other games we got on there outside of the stuff that comes on it.
What was the name of your calculator? Because I probably had one.
It's a TI.
The TI-84.
TI-84.
I'm pretty sure I still have it somewhere.
Texture says, isn't
it might
Kane
be
in real life
Oh,
mayor
yeah,
of
yeah.
some town in Tennessee?
in this-
Yeah, it's in Tennessee, Knoxville. He's the mayor of Knoxville.
Texas Instruments. Sorry, it just reminded me of a lot of schooling using TI calculators.
Probably my other
Sorry about
dad.
your hip, Chris. We'll miss you, but we'll catch you next year at South Carolina Comicon.
Can we
Junior.
not?
Or maybe in the
can we
spring
not
at the
wheel
regular
him?
South.
Are
Con.
you mobile at all?
He's probably in pain, dude. All right, let's talk
Okay.
about some other things that just dropped. All right, we can take a break. I'm going to listen to you this time. When we come back.
I
we're
was
gonna-
merely suggesting.
We're going to do well. I'm taking your suggestion, co-host. I'm taking your suggestion.
2 or 3.
We are going to come back and talk some video games, including a couple of the DLCs that just dropped. Cameron beat one. I beat the other one. We're going to talk about that a little bit. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Did you do the competition? Did you win?
I got second.
Not very
We're not
many
going to talk
people
about who
showed
got
up.
last. I wasn't going to bring that up.
No,
Who got last? Did you get last?
we're not going to talk about who got last.
Did you get last?
I put like 4 or 5 hours into the game. Yeah.
I wouldn't have even got an hour into the game.
Because you're not a Dragon Ball fan.
I got the game early on Tuesday, and I still only got like 4 hours into the game. That's all I had time
Because
for.
you're going to school and you're working.
And I'm
all
also
that stuff.
working extra.
The word that Lonzo just said a minute ago, you know how my brain is working and how hard it is
Hey,
for me not to
listen,
say anything.
Let it go, Odie. I've been
But-
telling you about moving on from things.
This is
No.
The stream.
No, it makes it funnier if you let it go. Let it lie. You just move on.
Stop beating
The more you
horse
go back
instead.
to it, the less funny it becomes.
okay. Let it go. Let
Yes.
it go. I don't want to
Look, your
talk
kin's
about it
on TV. Look,
anymore.
your kin's on TV.
Oh, look, it's grass. Hey, man.
Oh, it's your kin.
Oh, he's Icelandic. He's Icelandic. From
Nuh-uh.
Iceland.
He's from Scotland.
He's from Iceland.
He's not really from Iceland.
Yes, he is.
I don't even think that's real hair. That's makeup.
It's just a really elaborate wig.
No, I seriously don't believe that's his real hair.
Don't
beard.
you talk about us gingies like that.
What is a fake beard called?
Fake beard.
Is it
Fake
just
beard.
a fake beard?
Matthew, what's a fake beard called?
A fake beard. What?
Thank you.
Because like
There we
it's like-
go.
fake hair is like a wig,
He
right?
said a fake beard is a fake beard. So that's what it is.
Or would it be a face wig?
Do you want me to tell you a story?
Face
It's
hugger.
just a face. It's just a fake beard.
It's a fake
You
beard.
just about said a face wig. You
I was gonna
almost
say
said-
I was gonna say face, but
prop.
not fake.
Yeah,
not
well, maybe it's
whatever.
I just about broke you.
I'm too sleep deprived to talk. Okay.
You're doing fine, Matthew.
Oh,
You're doing good, man.
What?
it's
I'm
called
actively fighting the need to close my eyes.
postiche.
right now.
What?
or a postish.
What?
That's what it's called. A fake beard is called a postage
A postage.
or a prosthetic beard. Postage. Postage?
That works for me. I don't know.
Postiche.
It rhymes with quiche.
Postiche. I would like.
Hey, maybe it's a postiche.
I would
It's a
postiche.
postiche.
I would like one of your postiches.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
I need one of them postiches.
I like a postage.
I need a blacking because I'm gonna change my hair color up here. So I need a black postage.
So you're talking about quiche, right?
No men don't eat it.
I was
apparently.
working in a bar.
What?
And
What? Real men don't eat quiche. You haven't heard that
Quiche
before?
is lovely.
No.
Yeah, it's a
No, but wait till I tell you this one because I cannot tell you on air. I was working in a bar and a woman came up and she said to me, like, we used to do food as well. She said, "Hi, how are you doing?" I said, "I'm good. Yeah, I'm good." She said, "I'd like to try a quickie."
Oh Lord.
I just stood there for that. I was like,
she went to the wrong person.
"Sorry, madam, I'd like to try a quickie." And I said, I'm
Matthew,
having
how would you have handled
a
that?
little bit of trouble here, madam.
What's the situation? What am I handling?
A woman came up to me working in a bar. I was working in a bar, and on the menu behind us, it had quiche. And she came up to me and she said, hello, I'd like to try a quickie, please. How would you have answered
Well,
that?
I think the question is, what's she look like? I mean, that's really what it comes
my
down
response
to.
would be a what?
This lady was mature.
Okay.
Very. She wanted to try a quickie. And then later on, she asked me for the condoms. She meant condiments.
I knew it was going somewhere. I knew. You could have stopped at the one place. And then
I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah,
No,
okay. All right.
no.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with Cameron and Matthew and Odie. Apparently, I'm in trouble. I mean,
I don't know why.
No, I was going with the flow of the show.
I blame Odie if I'm blaming anybody.
That's usually my go-to.
Then sounds like he needs to be noob.
Yeah. No.
Well, you see, it was on stream, so
Yeah. Well, no.
Was it on? I don't think it was.
No. I'm
Okay.
in trouble from my wife
Oh,
because of something I said,
okay.
which is not unusual because
Not unusual to be in trouble with your wife.
I've been in radio going on, I think, 28 years, working on my 25th year here, and I get in trouble all the time. That's what I do. All right, so a couple video games came out. We don't need the video game intro. A couple video games came out, and the DLCs came out, including Diablo 4's Vessel of Hatred. I played it some, but here's the problem. Button mashers after a while, and I don't know if it's my age or my arthritis or what, but after a while, not a joke, I do have, stuff. But after a while, I just get kind of bored with that part of it, even though you have to do that to get through the story. And the story has been really good so far. I need to split it up with some other games, which I did, and I'll talk about that first. But Cameron has defeated the DLC for Diablo 4.
Yeah, and I will say this. I thought it was really good. I thought the story was pretty well handled. I knew where some things were going, but I normally catch on to that kind of stuff. But the direction that they're heading is interesting.
Okay.
Just
you try and do it without spoiling.
Yes, because I don't want to spoil you because I want to talk about it.
All right. What level are you now?
Max level and like halfway through the Paragon levels.
Okay. No, say the level.
140.
Okay, 140. You played it a bunch if you're at level 140.
I have played it quite a bit.
I'm like at level 39. So, I mean, and I will get there. I'm splitting in between a couple of different games because
that was more at the difference.
Yeah, no, so you can tell.
He was judging me.
By the way,
judging you.
By the way,
Judging.
It's not about skill level. This is about time spent.
Yeah,
And
how long would you normally play games for?
I don't want to talk about it.
Why? It's your hobby, dude.
it's show prep. It's show prep.
Gosh, no life. You would never catch me being a high level, say level 520 something on something as horrible and life draining as something like League of Legends.
Wow.
Gosh.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Point taken.
Yeah.
Basically, that's how I unwind after
Yeah.
a day's work, and I usually play until I go to sleep.
Yeah, same here.
Like I'll eat dinner, I'll watch something, and then I'll just play.
So here's the
Oh, yeah.
thing though. Games like that, they're high energy, which gets your heart rate up and things like that. I have to
Yeah.
go to bed too early because I have to get up so early. So I can't play that kind of game before I go to bed. So it has to be during the day, like when I get home from work, play for a little bit. Then so that's one of the reasons. And there's another game that had a DLC that I was playing on also. As far as Diablo games so far, where would you rank Diablo 4?
I actually do like it more than 3. 2 will always have that nostalgia thing for me. 1 I never played that much, and the other thing is I think they're all good games.
Well, one, because we have a question that we're going to get to in the roundtable,
Yeah.
and
also something to say about Diablo 4, the expansion. All of the new things that they've added have been really cool. Like I did like their raid-esque sort of thing, the Dark Citadel with a buddy of mine. It was a lot of fun and it was a lot more intricate than I thought it would be.
all right, so Matthew can chime in on this too, if he's played a game like this. So this being an expansion, you have the option to just start where the next expansion is, or go back and play the entire game. I made the mistake, and I do this all the time. I wanted to play the entire game with this new character. So instead, push the wrong button. Wasn't the only one. A lot of people are pushing the wrong button, and he started right there. And you lose immersion because your character is acting like they did everything in the story mode, and you didn't play through with them. So I think you kind of lose something as far as
what
that
you talking
goes.
about, new guy?
Yeah. You didn't do all that. I didn't play you through all that. Why are you talking about all these things that happen? Do you have a problem with that? Do you like starting at that point, or do you try to start over and play all the way through with a new character class?
The issue on my side, in my experience with that, is that most of my experiences with that type of thing is in classic MMOs that I've played.
What's an MMO?
And a massive multiplayer online game, and like World of Warcraft type
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
But I didn't play WoW. I played other games, and in those kinds of games, those first levels really are just the tutorial for the end game. So why would I not be okay with just skipping that?
Okay, so you don't like forget some of the story, like
Well,
if it's something
again,
that
there is no story to when I play some of those old MMOs that I was playing. There, I ignored the story and I grind dungeons to hit max level so that I can actually get into the end game.
Yes, but what about the 10 boars, Matthew? You need the meat from the 10 boars.
I don't want to do the 10 boars quest again.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm more of a story guy when it comes to a video game than I am, just grinding through and trying to go, look, I made this level. I care about the story more than I do. Yeah, and
it depends
hey,
game to game for
I was
me.
gonna say, game how you game. I just it
Or you can be like me and enjoy all of it.
yeah, if I lose immersion, then it bothers me because I play games to escape reality. I think a lot of people do that. Sometimes the world sucks. You know what doesn't? Me killing that demon. That's pretty satisfying. And so whereas back in the day, people would escape with books, or they would escape with hunting or fishing, which whatever your hobby is, that's what a hobby is.
Yeah.
A hobby is used to escape. And by the way, they're fun. And just because you don't think it's fun doesn't mean someone else doesn't. So Chris asked, do you restart with Elder Scrolls?
I have done.
Here's the thing. There's a quick start on most of those if they have mods, so you can get past the wagon ride. Because who doesn't want to do that?
So boring.
Who wants to do that every single time? You can get past the wagon ride. And there are
My favorite thing is jumping into the wagon ride 37 times because every single time it bugs out.
Oh, man.
Oh, you're finally awake.
Here's the question.
I love the cart just suddenly violently shaking and jittering everywhere, and now it's on top of a mountain, and I can't. I'm soft locked.
I've never seen that.
me either. It sounds interesting for it to happen to somebody else, not to me. But
It's really when you have like any kind of mods that will mess with like terrain and
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And now suddenly there's one tiny little bump where it wasn't before in the original, and now it just blasts the cart off everywhere.
Here's a big
That's
question
Tom
I
at the
have
tank
for
engine
all of
watches
you.
fly through the air.
For all of you
Yeah.
gamers that are like, are you gamers? I don't really know. I mean, you're light gamers, but when you play a game,
by the way, you're looking at 3 gamers
I know,
for sure.
I know. I know. I'm being one of those guys.
Oh, you're being facetious.
Yeah. When you play a game, and I'm going to take Grand Theft Auto for instance, okay, and you play it a lot, and then you stop playing it for about 6 months, 7 months, and you go on to play Assassin's Creed or something else. Do you ever forget the buttons when you get back into one of the original games and just die all the time?
I don't.
Yeah, I do. I do. I think it's a matter of age. So you got to work your way back into it. There's some games though, like Skyrim or Fallout, that I can jump right in. But the problem I have is I play so many games that a similar game will have a different button
Yeah.
scheme to it,
Yeah.
and it'll take you a little bit to get back into. It's more about menus, where I'm
Yeah.
pushing B
It also depends
instead of
on
start.
some
Yes.
games that have very similar controls, but a
Yeah.
few buttons are like swapped or something like that. Like one thing that used to always throw me off was whenever I would play Divinity Original Sin 2 and League of Legends, because I
Yeah.
would play both. And in League, moving around is with the right click, but in Divinity, it's with the left click.
Yeah.
But it's point and click on both essentially. But getting mixing that up just kind of throws me off constantly whenever I would do that in the past. So that's a good example of that.
And it's
The
like
main-
a quick mistake too. It's
Yeah,
not something that's really
exactly.
gonna cost you.
But it's
Mine
something that
wasn't.
you'll
The ma-
constantly make because you're constantly flip flopping.
The main reason I say it is I was playing Grand Theft Auto during the week, just happened to throw it on, and it's one of the missions where I had to shoot somebody from a moving car, and I just rolled out of the vehicle.
Only once, or did you like roll out of it every
Many
single time?
times.
Okay, all right,
And I got ran over by a semi truck that was driving behind me. So
all right. One break or two breaks? I can't
we've
remember.
got 2.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we're going to hit the round table, and I will tell you about Starfield Shattered Space, which I defeated yesterday. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
That's like an old glove, Chris.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it's a game you go back to so many times, like Skyrim, I remember.
Oh
Yeah, I don't get mixed up.
There's also, for me, on keyboard and mouse, a lot of games. It's all the same. Look around with the mouse. WASD. I mean, WASD.
It's so hard for me. I need like really fat, stretched out keys. Because all the keyboards I get is like this, and I'm just
No.
Can you not get a gamer keyboard
yeah.
that just has?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the last keyboard he got wasn't well researched.
Yeah, it was not. It lit up.
Lonzo,
It was
what am I
cool.
looking for? Oh, yeah.
It had no number keys, and it just listen.
Here's the thing.
It looked cool.
Here's the thing.
It
was
worked for
not
like
me.
a day or two.
It was not necessarily me.
It's okay. I wasn't going to bring that up.
Yeah, is it like a keyboard?
I need a keyboard that's the equivalent of the jitterbug cell phone.
Can
You know the old person's cell phone with the big old buttons.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just but it's just a matter that my fingers don't bend like they used to.
Can you play on a PC with a controller? With a
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't you?
Well,
Because keyboard and mouse is better.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Depends.
preference.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
preference.
it's a very subjective thing. It's what you want to use.
Fair enough.
Keyboard and mouse is usually a lot more precise too. Is
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the reasons that a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
Because you can be a lot more precise with a mouse than a control stick.
True.
Because you can directly click what you want.
Could also be skill level. I mean, no, there are certain games that do translate well, and then there are other games that do not at all.
Yeah,
Like
the opposite
Civilization
is-
and stuff like that. I hate those on console because
Oh, yeah.
you
Oh,
can't
gosh.
you can't be precise with that.
But a big
Yeah.
opposite of that is like with certain action games, like the Dark Souls games. I hate trying to play Dark Souls on a keyboard and mouse. It's so much better on a controller. It's just made from the ground up for that.
I
So
think
when
I
I-
think in a lot of cases FPS and strategy games are great with keyboard and mouse.
Yeah,
And like you said, action games, stuff like that.
action
So you
games
play it on
are better on that. And then there's fighting games that just have custom control fight sticks.
I was always
Yeah.
curious. I used to use whenever I'm drawing or if I'm ever drafting on a computer, I'll use a double mouse. So I have a mouse and I have a ball.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a ball with buttons.
Oh, you're one
And
of those.
Yeah, I just they came in when I was starting my college work.
So you basically learned on it. So
Yeah,
that-
I learned
yeah,
it on.
Yeah.
Learned with we were beta testing it as well, and I always wondered, could you use that? Could you use the double system to play games? And I've never tried it, so I don't
You
know.
probably could, as long as you don't have to like use the keyboard, because then you'd have to move your hand.
There's keys on it, you see. There was,
Oh yeah.
and you
Yeah.
could assign, and you have the keys
Then yeah,
because
you
I had
could.
about 7 keys
It's
on
just
my
a
mouse.
programmable hotkey thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple of those. I love them.
I haven't used it in years. I was just always wondering what it would.
Yeah, I mean it's just a programmable numpad
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
essentially.
I think
So
my
I mean,
phone
that's-
is- I'm so
yeah,
I had it,
default.
yeah.
I
just
just
program it what do you want.
It's like the mouse I have has a decent amount of programmable buttons on it too. I just haven't really messed with it.
Yep.
I think the mouse I used to use, like the mouse itself had like 10 keys on it. You had all the buttons on the side and extra buttons on the top of it.
Okay. I get too mixed up easily with those on the side, so I just have a couple on the side of mine.
Yeah.
It's very funny whenever I come in here and I don't have that though, because
you're missing things, yeah.
because the two buttons on the side are also forward and back. So when I'm navigating web pages and things like that, it's so convenient to just click back on that instead of anything else. And I can't do that when I'm here.
Yep.
But I'm not gonna lug my mouse back and forth to my house and here.
Well, you should request from engineering that you get that kind of mouse, dude. All I can say is no. What if they say yes? I mean, you're not gonna get in trouble for asking, so I'm just suggesting that you ask.
Reality. Don't ruin the fantasy, okay?
The Upstate Pulse presents the Nerd Roundtable.
Allow me to elaborate.
Because the high school debate team need to lay the smackdown.
Are you familiar with the Drake equation?
The one that estimates the odds of making contact with extraterrestrials by calculating the product of an increasingly restrictive series of fractional values, such as those stars with planets, and those planets likely to develop life. N equals R times FP times NE times FL times FI times FC times L.
Yeah, that one. You might want to get out your tape recorder, because it's going to be a historical moment.
All right, it's Nerd Roundtable time. So I'm going to review Starfield's first DLC, Shattered Space, and it's going to lead into a roundtable question. I really like Shattered Space. So you get a new planet, the Varun planet, which they talk about how it's hidden through all of Starfield, so you cannot find this planet. And now suddenly you get transported there because they're trying to do something. I don't want to get into what they're trying to do. They're trying to basically restart a war. And because of it, you have to go to that planet and you have to fight a bunch of basically out of phase, almost supernatural foes. And I have mods on it, but I also have it on the highest setting of difficulty. And I have died more on this DLC than I have on the entire game without mods and then with mods. And I'm souped up pretty good and still dying, like to the point where, you know, a lot of gamers, if you're constantly saving, it's a bad thing because it's saying you're not a good gamer. If you constantly, okay, I did that, let me save it. I did that, let me save it because I don't want to do it again. I don't care about that.
Does it not autosave? Is autosave not a thing?
Autosave on some games.
Okay.
And even on that, there is.
But sometimes you need to save.
But if you just got through a harrowing experience and barely made it through, and you don't want to have to try to do that again,
true,
you're going to save it and do it. So I have died so much to the point where I am not like Cameron, and I'm guessing maybe Matthew, because most gamers.
As someone who has dealt with Skyrim crashing every 5 minutes from modding, I have a habit of saving often.
All right,
so do I.
So what I was going to say, I'm not an emotional gamer. I'm not, oh, you got to be kidding me, and stuff like that. That was a direct quote of Cameron. But
also, I don't do that anymore. And
I'm not emotional, but I'll be smug and elitist about it.
Well, there you go. There you go. So this game had me talking to the TV, which usually I don't do. Like, and it's not a jump scare. It's like, where did he come from? That type of thing. And it's not a Dark Souls game, and I know how those work. That thing that's laying there might stand up and kill you. This is not that.
By the way, I will say, I think you have changed since like Elden Ring.
You changed, man.
Since playing Elden Ring, you've gotten a lot more vocal with the TV.
Okay. All right.
I'm just putting that out there.
Have you killed TV?
No, I haven't killed TV.
Yeah,
Radio did that.
He has yelled at TV.
So anyway, overall, I liked it. I really did. And I think the adding of the vehicles for planets is really good, except for 0G, where you're just kind of sliding and you try because it's 0G and you know, you I guess the vehicle is not weighted enough to get, and you know, maybe I'm speeding a little bit and you just kind of slide off the side of the mountain, which it happens. But
if you're not on the ground, then you can't, get friction to keep going.
Well, that's true. So especially Ice Planet, which turns out they have some of those. So 0G and Ice Planet, it's really hard to, because you don't have no chains on your wheels or anything. Anyway,
them snow tires.
Exactly.
Just some poor NPC like next to you is like, so how do we stop?
So I really enjoyed the game, but I have seen this game slammed from the beginning as far as Starfield goes, people just absolutely hating it, saying it's not what it was supposed to be, and things like that. So Cameron and I were having this discussion, and should fans have a voice in how a character, game, movie, or show continues?
No.
Do you expect your voice to do something to change these things? And does your anger do anything? Because in the end, these are intellectual properties owned by the people who wrote the story. And in the end, the one thing you can do, the power, in my opinion, that you have, is to just not buy it. I mean, so if you did buy it and you don't like the product, don't buy the next one.
By the way, I'll give you an actual productive use for fan outrage. Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's the one I was thinking
Yep.
of. But there
play
is
Sonic.
I think that
was never a thing, though.
Singularly,
Yes, it was.
individually, no, your outrage is not going to make a difference. But it's when a community comes together and actively expresses issues that clearly that means more likely than not that there are some issues that the developers should address.
Also,
But in the end, they don't have to. I mean, I get what you're saying.
And
They
if
should.
they don't, then they're
Right.
They're
And-
pretty stupid for not doing that.
Agreed. But they have the right to do that because it's their intellectual property. And then if you decide, okay, screw them, they didn't listen to me, I just won't buy the product anymore. That's how that works.
Yeah. It's the other thing of like being angry just for anger's sake and being very detrimental, and the whole conversation about it is just dumb.
Yeah,
if
but
you actually have decent points, you should convey it in a good manner.
Yeah.
But the internet is not like that.
Yeah, the internet
Just
is
a whole
for bad
bunch of
things.
screaming.
But the thing, like the only
Except
thing,
for this show, which is
Oh,
wonderful.
everything
thing.
on the internet is real. The only thing that I have about the Sonic one, because just when you said it, you do know that that whole thing was fake. Like they were never going to release Sonic the Hedgehog with the crappy looking Sonic the Hedgehog.
I don't believe that.
100%.
That's a conspiracy theory.
Heard it from the horse's mouth. Like
I
Who's
think
the
you're
horse?
talking to the wrong horse.
Who's the
physically
horse? Who's
talked
the-
to him. and
who's
he
the
was like,
horse?
oh, I can't say. But I had asked him that, and he said, no, we were never going to do that. But it created a lot of energy around the thing. So then when people found out that, oh, okay, you know, our voice matters, and then they went to see the movie more because they thought the movie was going to be a flop.
By the way, whether conspiracy or true, if it is true,
Yeah.
it was a good move.
Yes.
It was.
It was.
It was a great move.
And if it wasn't, their voice was heard, they fixed it, and then people went to see it.
True.
By the way, good movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the
I still
theaters.
need to watch
Yeah,
the-
I
Watch the other two. 'cause
watch
I
with my
wanna watch the
granddaughter.
third one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
I mean, it's
Sonic and
good.
Knuckles one, I think that's supposed to be good. But yeah, no, because the
Well,
time
yeah,
it
because
takes.
it's got Idris Elba in it,
Yeah.
and it also the new one's got Keanu Reeves.
Keanu.
It's gonna be a
Yes.
weird cyberpunk reunion.
It is.
It's just the main reason that I believe my source. Now, I could be wrong. I've known to be misinterpreted.
Also, he could have lied to you and just
Yeah, well, they
tried to
could
say
could
things
have.
that
Yeah, I
way.
mean, yes.
But the thing is,
people do
No,
that
we
sometimes.
weren't gonna do that.
No,
It's
man,
the
here's what
length
we
of
did. We
time-
planned it all along.
the length of time it takes to animate a character is ridiculous, and it was a very quick turnaround from, oh no, we're not going to make him look terrible. We're going to make him look amazing.
And it was
Also could have been a backup.
Yeah,
story.
but fixing legs. I mean, Sonic, the biggest. I mean, that's what he is.
The thing as well to note is that it's also a lot faster and easier to replace a model
Yeah.
and adjust the animations than it is to create the animations from scratch. And
Yes.
therefore, doing that in the
Yeah.
case of that movie is a lot easier than you might think as well. But it
Yeah.
also still obviously takes a long time.
Oh, yeah.
But
It
not
does.
so long that it would be impossible to do, especially with the delay that they put in.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It
And
was
also
like
the
it was-
amount of resources that they had.
That as
there was
well.
lots of, but it was also like the Toy Story thing where the original Toy Story was scrapped completely.
Oh yeah.
Like it just never left the
Yeah.
building, even though it was lost, deleted,
All
lost
right.
again.
Speaking of lost and deleted, a
Yeah.
movie that should have been lost and deleted was the live action Dragon Ball movie. One of the stars from the live action Dragon Ball movie was James Marsters, who was also in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, was in Angel, things like that.
He was a puppet.
He played King Piccolo, and he was so embarrassed by the movie, and he just talked about this on a podcast.
Yeah, I saw this.
He actually did the voice of Zamazu.
Yes.
Yeah, and he did an amazing job.
And he used a different name, and he did it for free to make up for how bad Dragon Ball was.
Because the other thing is, like, he's been a Dragon Ball fan for
Right, and now going
Oh,
into that movie, that was the big deal, that he was a Dragon Ball fan and he's going to play Piccolo, so it was going to be good because he was such a fan.
Yeah.
And the movie was not good.
What was his name?
James Marsters?
A lot of different actors and those that were involved with Dragon Ball Evolution have come out and apologized in different ways because a lot of them are Dragon Ball fans.
Yeah, which is
and a lot of
probably
it
why they
kind of
signed
came
on.
down to studios being, well, let's make it this because this is popular.
I
It's
got to
still a
say,
lot
as
of
far as the movie
airbending.
goes, I like Bulma and I like Chi-Chi. I thought those were decent depictions of especially Bulma. Unless you thought Bulma should be prettier, but Emmy Rossum, I thought she did a good job. In the end, that movie, I mean, just the fact that he's willing to go, you know what, I'm sorry, you know, I'll do this voice. And now I want to go back and listen to Zamzu and see if I can tell it was him.
Oh, he puts on a heck of a performance anyway.
Oh, he does.
He does. All right, we're going to take our final break. When we come back, we're going to hit the lightning round. We've got a bunch of stuff to get to. And that, you're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
It's already 8:47.
It is.
I did not think.
He, I think you're talking about the intro. He brought us all coffee. It was really good.
Brought you coffee.
Yeah.
Well, he is British.
Yeah, no, he was really sweet. Like, he really sweet. I
also
wasn't interviewing
looked
him.
it up out of curiosity, and Starfield Shattered Space has a mostly negative, only 30% positive review rate on Steam.
Again, you know, I said a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And the thing is, if you only look at reviews and that's how you base what you do things, I think you're going to miss out on some things that for you personally, you may like. There have been games that
sure,
people
but if
were
70% of people are having serious issues with the game, then I think that there's a serious issue with the game.
No, I think I think games like art is individual. It's the stuff that you like, and I really enjoyed it. I did. The immersion for it I thought was really good. The fact that I made sure that I romanced Andreja to go there because she was a Varun, and I knew there'd be more cutscenes for her because she would understand them a little bit more. There's some other things that you get to do that I'm not going to spoil for Cameron. Again, I enjoyed it. Am I an anomaly? Probably. There are things that people absolutely hate. I absolutely hate too. Like Joker 5, do not go see this movie.
Joker.
Luckily, a bunch of people listened to me and did not go see that movie.
Nobody's gone to it.
Because it is now going, if it's not, it's almost to the worst comic book movie in the history of man.
So,
Which actually,
excuse me, Bruno Mars is thinking about taking an action against them because his song is in the movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad.
don't get him, Bruno.
It is so bad.
Yeah, himself
So I am with the world on this one. Although I
Yep.
think there's like maybe 15% or something of people who said they liked it, and those people are lying.
So a buddy of mine works in a movie theater in Ireland. Pretty big movie. It's in Dublin, so it's a pretty big one. They've like 16 screens, 15 or 16 screens. They pulled it. They
Yeah,
pulled
it's
it.
already going to be on digital by the end of this month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like next week.
It's not going to be you'll pay for a week and then it'll. But he said nobody was going to it. Like they just.
Well,
He said
when
they've
we
never
went to
done
see
that.
it, there were 4 people in the theater. Me
Yeah.
and Cameron and Lisa were 3 of them. And the one lady who was in there with us, she did not look happy when we left.
Yeah.
Oh.
In fairness, she didn't look happy when she walked in, but she definitely didn't look happy when she.
Yeah, no, they just there was no audiences going to it, so they pulled the whole thing.
It was really bad.
the only real reason why we went is because we needed air conditioning.
Yeah, and it wasn't worth the air conditioning.
That's
It wasn't.
terrible.
Yeah,
I would have rather just suffered in the heat.
yeah, it was not good. But our rebound movie is going to be really good,
What's that?
whether it is or not. Venom next week.
Yes.
The last Venom.
It can't be
It
worse.
might be a big old piece of crap, but
When
it's
are
gonna seem
you-
like a masterpiece.
When are you going to
next
see that?
to Thursday at some point.
Thursday.
Maybe.
Thursday.
No, because she'll have Silver. Yeah. She's off on Thursday, so yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely Thursday.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely Thursday.
Definitely.
5 minutes to Thursday. I'm not
That movie didn't
afraid.
age well. Because what's Kmart?
I was in a Kmart once.
They don't have those anymore.
They did in 1998 when I was here.
Back in 1998,
1998, I was here in
when
Merca.
Matthew was not born yet. Just
I
guessing.
was-
I can't
I
really do
was
the math
up-
right now.
I was-
What year?
98.
Yeah, I was born in 96.
Okay, all right. He was duh.
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, W has spoken. That means it's lightning round time. We're going to try to squeeze in as many things as we possibly can. Spider-Man 4 is happening, and
Oh, is this number 4?
yeah, and Tom has read it, and he's very happy about the script.
Tom Cruise?
And he read it with Zendaya. So people are going nuts. Like, well, that means she's going to be in the next movie. Why wouldn't she be?
Yeah.
Just because she forgot about him doesn't mean that he doesn't go and like rekindle. It's not really rekindling for her. It would be for him.
Yeah.
And strike up a new romance with her. And then people are like, oh, it just proves she's in it. No, they're dating.
Yeah.
You probably
I think
Yeah,
he already
they're dating in
proposed.
real life, right?
right.
Yeah.
So you let it. People are just going. I absolutely expect her and Ned to be in the next movie, and I
They're
don't.
very popular characters.
Yeah, and I don't think that they have to remember him because they just met him,
Yes.
and maybe now they're all going to MIT together.
Yeah.
I know was going to take his GED, and some time has passed between them.
And who
Sorry,
knows
I
how
thought
many
it was
years it's been.
All right,
since
Chris
that
thinks he's
movie
too busy
was
with Dune. I don't know. They're not filming it yet. They probably won't until they haven't even said when they're filming it. Wouldn't guess. I would guess it would start. It would be out before Secret Wars, but maybe it won't.
Well, what number Venom are we on then?
Venom 3 comes
Oh,
out
okay.
next week. It is the final Venom. They will not be doing it anymore, and but will they? So what happens at the end? So in the original Secret Wars, Spider-Man loses his costume during a fight.
Yeah.
So they give him an outfit. Well, it turns out it's the symbiote.
Yeah.
Yeah. So will he get the symbiote in Secret Wars?
Spider.
And then that movie happened after Secret Wars. We don't know yet. Hopefully it will. And then maybe there's going to be a new Eddie Brock in this universe.
I need to see the second one. I've seen the first one. I really like
The
it.
second one's okay.
Yeah, I kind of need to see it.
I thought Woody Harrelson would be better. The story, it's almost too comic booky.
Well,
Yeah.
it is based on a comic book, so you know.
Yeah, but
Wasn't well executed.
so's Daredevil. But you could almost see that happening in a lot of ways.
True. What was the girl in Daredevil? Electra?
Yes.
Carmen? Yep.
Nope. It wasn't Carmen.
Wasn't
All
Carmen.
right. Phineas and Ferb, the reunion is happening with all the original actors. It comes
yeah.
back next year on Disney with 80 new episodes. The writers said these are the best songs they've ever written. Ashley Tisdale is 39, which I told my daughter, and she's just like, she can't be that old. Well, she is.
Yep.
And so they're going to be doing a new opening sequence, and she's going to be yelling at their mom about Phineas and Ferb. We're going to find out where Perry the Platypus has been all this time.
I was about to ask one question.
Mom, Phineas and Ferb are making a reboot.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one of those shows that you've never watched Phineas and Ferb.
I grew up on Phineas.
Nope.
Yeah. It's their age.
Yeah.
But I watch stuff with my kids to make sure that, and I love
Yeah.
Phineas.
Ah, Perry the Platypus.
Yes, I love Phineas and Ferb. It was great.
I'm sorry.
It was great. They like build a roller coaster in the backyard.
He's gotta
I mean,
try
It
to-
all
he's got-
started when my own parents didn't show up to my birth.
Yes. It
What?
was. He's quoting the show.
Yeah.
You know, I get that, but that's like the
It's
joke
my
I.
evilinator.
That's like the joke I used to tell years ago. Like I had a really bad childhood. My dad died 4 years before I was born. You know, it just doesn't make sense.
Which is the joke.
I know.
Yeah,
but I just when you
that's,
said it, it just tickled my ivories.
Yes. All right. You know what else will tickle your ivories?
Go on.
Do you buy regular media anymore? Or do you get everything by digital? So do you-
I collect physical media.
Yeah.
So I'm an outlier.
So I used to do that a bunch. I haven't so much lately. There's
used
something
to.
coming out that I'm sure Odie will want, and it's Shaun of the Dead's anniversary.
I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought of you. So it
Is it on
is.
VHS?
No, it's not on VHS.
Betamax?
It's on
Laserdisc?
Blu-ray, dude.
Blu-ray.
It's on a floppy disk.
Come on. Yeah, that was Green Day. That was last week. So yeah, you can buy it. It's like a 6 DVD set. It's the 20th anniversary. It's a 4K steelbook, and you can pre-order that for $43.
I think I only watched it 2 weeks ago. It was on Netflix, and I just
There's
watched
also some other sets that add other Simon Pegg movies to it, so which you should check out.
Yeah.
And Odie reminds me of Simon Pegg, and he probably likes that.
Why?
Yeah.
How? Because I've got red on me.
Accent.
But he's English.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
thing.
even speak English.
Same thing. Project 007 is happening. A young Bond for gamers. All right, so they're putting together a new video game. They're really excited about it, but it's going to be a younger Bond, so they can have him grow as they go along. If the game does really well, you interested in a 007 game?
Yes, I am. I used to play the original GoldenEye, and sometimes I used to leave it on the menu screen just so I could hear that song. Yes.
I hope they go in depth with the espionage and stuff because they can do a lot of stuff.
Well, we've already seen stuff like Hitman and shows like that. I mean, games like that where they already do some of that stuff.
Mhm.
So it'd be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to that. All right, Spirit Halloween was just at it 2 weeks ago, getting something that's going to be on our Halloween special. They're hard to find sometimes because they were in one spot, and then the next year the one that was around here is now behind Hooters. So if you're looking for it, it's right behind Hooters.
They move around like Gotham super.
They do. Well,
Is that anything like Spirit in the Sky?
no, it's a Halloween shop. You've never been to Spirit Halloween before?
I think I was.
Yeah. So they just show up around Halloween. We don't know where they go when they're done, but in this case, something's about to happen. Spirit Halloween is going to transform into Spirit Christmas. Only in 10 places. It looks like mostly New York, New Jersey, some big areas like that. So it's going to go from Spirit Halloween to being able to go in there and buy a bunch of Christmas stuff.
Money, 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 money.
I know my wife, as she's watching right now, is very angry that's not happening in our area. But the thing is, if it takes off, maybe it will. Would you go to a
Christmas
a
stores are
Spirit
already
Christmas?
open?
Do what?
Christmas stores are already open. I was up in Haywood Mall last week. Shouldn't have done that, but I was up there and
up there with the kids.
Yeah, and it was full of Christmas stuff, and I was like, "Why is it's not even Halloween or Thanksgiving? Why is it Christmas?"
Well, let's say you want to buy, like your kid or something, a tiny house. Walmart is selling tiny houses now for under $16,000. The house is described as a 19 by 20 foot expendable prefab house. Its space accounts for a bedroom, living room, bathroom, dining area, and kitchen. While the house has a low price point, it doesn't include any appliances or furniture. Additionally, it requires building a foundation and hiring a forklift to move the house off of the flatbed truck used for delivery. So you got a kid.
I buy it for myself.
Well, you could do that. You absolutely could do that. I wonder what the powers that be would think if we just put one out back. No one goes back there.
They'd be happy.
There's like a pond back there.
Yeah.
You have to deal with geese.
The gooses.
All right. Make sure you get ready for our Halloween special next week and let us know what your costumes are going to be. And have a great week, everybody. And we will talk to you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
What are you doing? Well, let's hope automation works.
So you're coming in as Janemba next week, right? Janemba.
Which one?
Yeah, that was the joke. Although I feel like you could do a mean Kid Boo.
I'm not that skinny.
Well, he's skinny, but he's got abs and stuff. Yeah, I mean, you know.
He is literally a little Jello kid.
All right, everybody, we're gonna say goodbye. Have a good evening and weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.